Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former NFL quarterback on Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation. Former NFL quarterback and current NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky has offered his thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation. The Steelers have dramatically upgraded their quarterback room with the acquisitions of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Both quarterbacks are experienced NFL starters. Wilson is a Super Bowl winner, while Fields is among the most talented young quarterbacks. Many NFL pundits expect the Steelers to conduct an open competition for the starting job. Orlovsky said on the Mina Kimes show, "I'm still higher on Justin Fields than most. I believe he has unique physical talent." On the battle between Wilson and Fields, Orlovsky said, "Whichever quarterback manages to reduce their fatal flaws will win the job." Russell Wilson has taken 100 sacks in the last 2 seasons, and Justin Fields took 99. No other quarterback has more than 80. They also need to limit negative plays. Fumbles, sacks and interceptions are negative plays. Fields has had 145 negative plays in the last 2 seasons, while Russell Wilson has had 135. Orlovsky finished, "The quarterback that shows the Steelers that he can limit mistakes will win the job." Steelers CB James Pierre signs with Commanders. A member of the Pittsburgh Steelers is saying goodbye, according to The Athletic's Ben Standig. The Commanders are expected to sign free agent CB James Pierre, per source. Primarily a reserve/special teams contributor, the 4-year vet made the Steelers as a 2020 UDFA. Pierre, 27, has missed just 1 game for the Steelers in the past 4 years after signing a contract in undrafted free agency in 2020. The Athletic's Mark Kaboly wrote about Pierre and his free agency this spring. Once a promising young talent, Pierre has been relegated mostly to special teams since getting burned for a couple of touchdowns by T. Higgins and benched in 2021. Pierre played only 26 defensive snaps last year compared to 269 special teams snaps. Now, Pierre gets a fresh opportunity with the new-look Washington Commanders, who are hoping to move away from the doldrums of the NFL standings. Steelers ship starting lineman for All-Pro WR in proposed blockbuster trade. Rumors that the Pittsburgh Steelers could acquire San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk have begun to heat up. However, it will be quite expensive for the Steelers to make the trade a reality. Former Steelers offensive lineman Ramon Foster argued, though, that the Steelers could consider trading one of their starting offensive linemen to help alleviate the cost. On the latest episode of the Ramon Foster Show on DK Pittsburgh Sports, Foster proposed left tackle Dan Moore Jr. as the offensive lineman the Steelers could make available in a trade for Aiyuk. Dan Moore Jr. can also be used as draft capital. "He could be sent over in a package if you're looking at San Francisco," Foster said. "How much longer can Trent Williams go? He's a left tackle with that style of offense, getting the ball in and out as quick as they do. Dan's a big athlete. I'm petitioning for a dude to go to another team and I like Dan, but it makes sense. If you're telling me, we'll send you a 4 and Dan Moore." Rumors have connected the Steelers to Aiyuk since 93.7 The Fan's Andrew Filipponi reported the team was showing interest in acquiring the 49ers receiver on March 19. The day prior, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Jerry Dulac said during an appearance on The Rich Eisen Show that the Steelers could be looking for a bigger catch at wideout. Aiyuk posted 75 catches for 1,342 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns in 16 games last season. He averaged a career-high 17.9 yards per catch on his way to second-team All-Pro. In 4 seasons with San Francisco, Aiyuk has recorded 269 receptions, 3,931 yards and 25 touchdowns. As soon as the Steelers traded wideout Deontay Johnson to the Carolina Panthers for cornerback Dante Jackson, Pittsburgh entered the market for a starting wide receiver. In Johnson, the Steelers lost a veteran wideout with the potential to produce 1,000 receiving yards. Also, George Pickens is the only receiver on the Steelers' current roster who had more than 210 receiving yards last season. Pittsburgh added veteran receiver Van Jefferson in free agency on March 16. But Jefferson had just only 20 catches for 209 receiving yards in 17 contests during 2023. Acquiring Aiyuk would not only fill the hole Johnson left behind, but he'd be an upgrade. Similar to Johnson, Aiyuk is a strong route runner and has a natural ability for getting open. With a 14.6 yards per catch average in his career and 25 touchdowns in 62 games, Aiyuk has more upside than Johnson too. Johnson has also scored 25 touchdowns, but in 77 contests. Of those 25 scores, only 5 of them have come in the last 2 years since Ben Roethlisberger retired. Aiyuk's statistics are likely better in part because he has played in Kyle Shanahan's offense with other weapons such as Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. But in Pittsburgh, Aiyuk could be the last major piece to help the Steelers' offense break out of its 5-year slump. The Steelers offering more as part of a package for Aiyuk is an intriguing idea. But Aiyuk is still probably going to cost the Steelers a high draft pick in addition to more. Media personality Mia O'Brien tweeted that the 49ers reportedly asked the Jacksonville Jaguars for their first-round pick, number 17 overall, and wide receiver Zay Jones in exchange for Aiyuk this offseason. The Jaguars obviously didn't agree to the deal. So, perhaps the final asking price for Aiyuk will not be a first-rounder and a player. But it's safe to assume the 49ers will be seeking a high draft pick in exchange for Aiyuk even if a player such as Moore is part of the deal. Foster also assumed in his proposed scenario that the 49ers would be interested in Moore. The 25-year-old has started at left tackle for the Steelers since he arrived as a 4th-round pick in 2021. However, he's been about a replacement-level player according to metrics such as the player grades at Pro Football Focus. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been wheeling and dealing since the beginning of the new league year. They've acquired the likes of Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and Patrick Queen, while simultaneously trading away Deontay Johnson and Kenny Pickett. And guess what? They may not be done. San Francisco 49ers star receiver Brandon Aiyuk hasn't posted on X in nearly a year, but he took to the social media platform and posted at Mike Tomlin, joking that fans have noted they look alike. Zachary Smith, host of Steelers Afternoon Drive for Steelers, now posted a photo on X of Tomlin and Aiyuk side by side that gained traction and likely caught the eye of the star receiver. The Steelers are in the market for a receiver after the aforementioned Johnson trade, and Aiyuk would certainly be a welcome addition. He is one of the NFL's top receivers and is coming off a season in which he averaged nearly 18 yards per catch for over 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns en route to helping the 49ers appear in their second Super Bowl in 5 years. The Steelers are set to meet with former Chargers receiver Mike Williams on Thursday, but if a trade for Aiyuk can be swung, it's something they should absolutely pull the trigger on. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation, Brandon Aiyuk? Leave your opinion in the comments.